What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and the review of a product that's going to kick off a new project for the channel. It's the Genesis Fighting Stick from Intec for your Arcade1up cabinets, specifically those first gen and second generation cabinets. Here, open the box, we can take a look at what's lurking inside, and here it is, the actual fight stick itself. And this is sort of a self-contained unit. It has an HDMI out, so you could just plug this into a TV and game that way. It has a thick plastic shell on the bottom with rubber feet, so you could just set this maybe on a coffee table. The great thing about this, though, is that it's not just a fight stick. It has a Sega Genesis right inside. So let's take a look at everything else included in the kit, starting with this replacement PCB and ribbon cable, an HDMI cable, and a Sega Master System adapter. A set of button labels to help you make sense of this new layout, and then an instruction manual that actually has full colored pictures that really helps if you have trouble reading, like me. And it also comes with a complete set of control panel overlays that are completely unlicensed and won't match your cabinet in any way. So in keeping with that Sega Genesis look, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 artwork, and then after peeling off the blue protective film on the deck protector, I'm going to lay this in place, and you know what? This doesn't look half bad. But sadly, I cannot say the same for the cabinet that we're going to mount this control panel on. This is a recent pickup of mine. It's seen better days. The deck protector is completely destroyed. You've got a lot of dirt, you've got a lot of grime, some smudges, and of course a non-lit marquee. But the best part of all this is, I got this for $100. Now let's see if it works. Alright, not bad. So even though it's a little worse for wear, $100 is still a pretty good deal. The one thing you're going to find when you buy these cabinets secondhand is that they're not always assembled correctly. I had some screws that were missing on the bottom G panel, but specifically this I panel in front, it's not always pressed down all the way, so what you have is the I panel intersects with it and just tears up the front artwork. So when you get it, make sure you go ahead and reseat that. This is how it should look, fully assembled the proper way, and then you slide in the I panel. Okay, before I let the OCD completely take over, I'm going to go ahead and get back to work on installing this new control panel. So let's go ahead and unplug the main power supply on the back, remove the F panel, and then we're going to just swap out this PCB and metal cover. So we're going to start by removing the two screws on either side. Now when those two screws hit the floor, go find them because you're going to need them to reinstall the new PCB and PCB cover. Now let's go ahead and gently unplug the cables for the monitor. And you're going to keep that screwdriver handy because you're going to have to unscrew the ground cable on the lower left-hand corner. And at this point, you are done with the disassembly. Now, when it comes to reconnecting the monitor to the PCB, make sure you plug that in correctly, follow the instructions and the warning sticker here. And I also like to include a little bit of Tessa tape or electrical tape on this metal cover to protect that ribbon cable. That is a sharp edge. Now, if this is your first time modifying an Arcade1up and you're unsure of some of those wiring connections, you can always refer back to the instruction manual, which does a really good job of pointing out how everything should be connected. Now, there is no notations for the ground cable, so I did not reconnect mine. I just rolled it up and left it inside the PCB cover. So after fastening the cover back with the two stock screws, go ahead and make that HDMI connection and your power connection before reinstalling the F panel. The last thing to check before you install the control panel is to make sure that it is set to the proper region of the games you're trying to play. And that switch is located next to the HDMI port on the control panel. Of course, it is only fitting to test this out with one of the greatest fighting games released on the Genesis, Eternal Champions. Just lift up the dust cover, blow into the cartridge, insert it, and let the fun begin. Okay, so this works pretty good. I've never played a Genesis game with an arcade stick before, so this is kind of a new experience for me. But this is fun. So I'm not having any compatibility issues, but I only have a few games in my collection. Your mileage may vary on that. Make sure that region switch is on the proper setting. My Genesis died a few years back, and I never bothered to get my hands on another one. This is not the cheapest option in the world. This is $140. So if you've got a first or second generation cabinet laying around and maybe you just don't know what to do with it, this would be a great way to take advantage of some of those Genesis games that you may have laying around in your collection. And like I said in the intro, this does kick off a new project for me. I'm going to take this Mortal Kombat cab, I'm going to clean it up, make a few repairs, and turn it into a dedicated Sega Genesis cabinet. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. If I did not answer a question, go ahead and ask it, and I will get to it just as soon as I can. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the video. You all have a blessed day, and I will see you next time.